Hello and welcome to my tutorials of CSS Positioning. Here I have these blocks with the words of the CSS positions that you can possibly use: static, absolute, fixed, sticky, and relative. Here is a styling of these blocks. Now instead of writing one ID name for each one, I don't have to write many CSS blocks like this. I can put all the ID names on one line. That way I don't have to write the same code over and over. So I'll start off with the static positioning. By default, the HTML elements are in static position. Static positioning moves along depending on the normal flow of the web content. Right now, all the blocks are in static position. So now I'll move on to absolute. I'll change the color to let's do red. Position absolute. Still left 0. Actually, yeah, let's do top 0. So absolute means that the element would go to the top of the page by 0 pixels. 0 pixels. I could also change the positioning in the inspector. This is my selector for the elements. I pick absolute. There I have it here. Let's put any number, 10 pixels. So position absolute top 10 pixels, meaning is 10 pixels from the top of the page. If I put left 20 pixels, then I mean it's 10 pixels from the top and 20 pixels left to the page. This is absolute positioning. Now what I want to do is kind of spread this out. That way you could see it. That way you can see the static too. And you also have to put the changes in the code. Otherwise, when you refresh it, then it'll reset back to this setting of top 0. So you have to change this as well. There, it stays. So whenever you want to change anything in the viewer, and you refresh, it'll reset back to the code you have in your editor. So you must always make sure you have those changes in your editor and save it. Otherwise you lose all those changes. Now I'll move on to fixed. Let's do the background color of, oh, I like this one. Position. Let's see what happens if I don't give it a top left. Okay, this is a fixed position. The fixed position follows along with the user scrolling of the page. I want you guys to see more of the scrolling effects. So I'm putting more boxes. Okay. So now that I've put more boxes, you can see the fixed position remaining in place, but it's keeping the positions that you've added in the editor. And that is a fixed position. So that's the fixed position. Now I'll go over sticky. Oops. And color. Let's just say purple. I'll put more of these boxes. Because it's a scrollable position. I believe that's to give it a top 0 pixels. So sticky means like as you scroll and this top here touches this, it'll be in a fixed position. When the box scrolls up, it'll stick back to its original position. And that's sticky. And if I put anything over 0 pixels, when this top reaches the position of sticky, it'll give 20 pixels of room above the box. Okay, and that's sticky. Now, last but not least, relative. Let's go to green. Still top. So, hold on. Let me get rid of this. So I won't be distracted. I'll comment this out too. So position relative means you're moving the position from its original place. So here I have relative top 0 pixels, and if I put, let's say 40 pixels, it moved 40 pixels from its original location. Okay. Let's say 40. Always make changes to the editor. Okay, and that is relative. You can also position elements using margins as well. To do that, I will comment these out. Okay, and I would like to let's do a margin left, so I only want the margin on the left. just 100 pixels. So here I have, this is the element of absolute, and as you can see, you see the margin taking up the whole page. Since it's a block, it's a div element, and I put extra margin on the left side of absolute. If you're building a website and you like to move positions to the left, if you like to indent anything, use margin left. Because if you put position relative left, then the whole div will push over more over to the right, and you'll have a scroll on the bottom. I will show you that right now. So let's say I have position relative, oops, left 100 pixels. Okay, there we go. So if the content goes over the page, goes over to the right side of the page, then you will have a scrolling effect. Now let's see what happens if I put margin left. This 1000 is too much. Okay, so as long as the content bleeds out on the right page, you'll get a scroll on the bottom. Just like how content bleeds out on the bottom of the page, you'll get a scroll. Okay, so if you don't want that, if you want to do indenting anything, you just decrease this pixels. Okay, that you also have to look out for. I'll get rid of this. Another thing I'm going to go over is using a separate CSS page and linking that to the HTML page. So I'll do that right now. Save this as CSS. Okay. And all I have to do is cut this out. Save. Now here's how you link this HTML page to this CSS page. You put link relative rel style sheet href, and you put in the file location of it, which is CSS positions CSS. Okay, I'll make sure if that's where it is. Okay, so it's in the same folder as the CSS positioning HTML. So I put current folder and then the file name. Okay, there we go. Okay, and that is it for CSS positioning in the extension page. And I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.